Daylight! Whee! I wanted to record a quick video today on a book. It's called... No, not The Slight Edge. Part of the Art of Possibility. I feel like you're far away. Is that better? Focus! Okay, alright. I'm looking at you now. I'm looking at you. This is called Being a Contribution. This is basically a, just a kind of metaphor. She's on the beach and she's tossing starfish back into the ocean aimlessly. And this guy says, how could that possibly make a difference? And while he's questioning it, she's throwing the starfish back into this one, into this one. Such a small effort, right? This seems so stupid to just be throwing starfish. But it works because it's an effort. It's a contribution. Another thing I talk about too is the dinner conversation, or the classic question like, what do you do? Or what did you accomplish today? And I think that's more of a question of how are you a contribution today? What did you give to? What did you succeed in? So to connect it with a story, there's another story of this farmer that told his sons that there's a big treasure buried somewhere in the farm when he was passing away. And he passed it off to his 3 sons. He said, go out and look for the treasure. And they looked and 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 looked, and they never found the treasure. But they actually had their best harvest of their entire time at the farm because of how much searching and how much plowing through the soil they did. So to connect this to the stories, you have to kind of think about this idea of survival, waking up and dreading life, and this idea that there's more to just surviving in life. There's more to just going through everything and basically dreading it, treading water your whole life. The big idea here is that you are a unique gift to life. The world would not be what it is without you existing. It can still go on, but what I'm saying is it's actually not what it is without you in it. You are a gift, and life is kind of this game at which you can learn to be a contribution and to make your mark and to just notice and contribute. Derive meaning from experience, from the This Is Water David Wallace video. You move from self-concern to the relation you have with the world around you and kind of how can you connect with it. And that's where being a contribution comes in. Every game has an accepted model of limitations and rules for engagement, experience, and growth. That allows you to focus on a specific discipline. So exercising habits have a system and a routine. Reading hopefully has a system as well for learning and experience and growing. Anything really has this system because it helps us understand and break down it into bite-sized pieces. Can't eat the whole elephant. So to personalize this for you, the first thing you have to do is declare yourself as a contribution to everything. Declaring that you can help without knowing how or exactly why you help. It's weird. You can contribute without even knowing how or why you're contributing. You can transform conflicts into rewards. You can also transform the relationship you have between things or between people. It's the relationship that does the changing. It's not the actual person, one or the other. It's the interaction. Declare yourself as a contribution, not knowing how or why you are. The second step is to perform. Perform the contribution, do the contribution. Have a discipline of spirit. Perform. The great thing about performing actually, or doing something for the sake of doing it, is that you're not doing it for a specific reason all the time. You're actually pointing to the beauty of actually doing the act, of writing, of reading, of creating. Creating something for the sake of creating because you enjoy it is actually a lot more enjoyable, and you point to the beauty of creation itself. Performing a musical is pointing to the beauty of performance itself and the lessons in it, not just to specific elements, but to the entire context. And then the last step in this process of declaring yourself, performing whatever it is that you do, is noticing how it's a contribution and the positive changes that it brings about. You just have to notice. Notice what it does. What happens when we focus on this 3-step process, declaring, performing, noticing, is you notice how the rewards are deep and endearing and spontaneous, and life radiates possibility. There's no failure and succeed side with being a contribution. Nothing is measured by the success that you might or might not gain. You are a contribution, you support and have presence, and basically life radiates with possibility. What can you do today? 2 thumbs up for me, for you. Comment down on my diaphragm if you have any thoughts, just anything that's radiating, any possibilities radiating in your noggin, and don't forget to be an awesome contribution. Goodbye. P for A. Yeah. There's a contribution for you. Right there.